TIL That in 2007, Rockstar Games allowed fans to call a number and rant about what they thought was wrong with America. The best calls were featured on a radio station in Grand Theft Auto 4. And here they are, https://www. youtube.com/watch, v=_uoc5yoqsly. Edit, the first calls are around 16 minutes. Edit 2, yes, that's Jason Sudeikis, Patrice O'Neal, Fez Whatley, and the real Ricky Gervais. And Jim Norton. And Chelsea Peretti. I was listening to the radio in GTA 3 and heard my friend's voice singing. Sure as shit, I checked the manual and she had song credits. Turns out she was waitressing in Scotland one summer, she's Canadian, and rented a room from a dude who was a sound engineer. He gave her an old DAT tape and let her mess around on his home studio. Later he, with permission, sampled her vocals and she ended up on a GTA 3 track. That was one of my favorite parts of the games, after the territory ownership thing. Listening to people rant at Laszlo. That was back when Rockstar made new GTA games. That's the most GTA thing I've ever heard. They're a ridiculously creative team. I'll fight any man that tells me that Vice City doesn't have the best game soundtrack. Man, GTA 4 is amazing. Nico is hands down my favorite GTA protagonist. Forever will be one of my favorite games. Shout out to CJ2. He's my second favorite behind Nico. Could the reason there's been no new GTA be that Rockstar Games harvested enough data to simulate an absolutely insane but feels so real game and we're actually living in the new GTA? I'll install GTA 4 sometimes just to sit out in a boat and listen to the fucking insane people on talk radio, it's glorious. Some of the phone numbers in Vice City were real, and you could call them to hear recordings of the actual character it belonged to in-game. My favorite is in GTA V, on Flylow FM, there is a random phone call from Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, complaining about the music. I used to drive around and just flip radio stations, they are really funny. I'm hoping my great-grandchildren get to see the release of GTA 6. Maybe there will be recordings of me on that one complaining about how long it's taking them to release it. GTA 4 had the best talk radio. The DJ Laszlo is a real radio guy and a producer on those games. He took the programming of those stations very seriously, bringing on radio experts to not only program the stations to sound real but also bringing on really smart talent to contribute. It's amazing how much thought and details went into creating each of those radio stations. GTA 4 was a masterpiece. Come on cousin, let's go bowling. The radio stations have always been my favorite part of the game. Fernando and Laszlo in GTA 3 was the best. Laszlo was big as well. Yep, I was one of those callers, I'm the very first one too. I remember waking up at 2 a.m. to a text from my cousin saying she heard me on the radio. Didn't believe it until I saw my name in the credits. What's sad is now Rockstar has become exactly like the American corporations they've always trashed. All GTA games are satire about American greed, now look at what they've done to GTA Online and Red Dead Online. And they're releasing the same game for a third time on a third generation of consoles. On most GTA games I would listen to the sick-ass radio for entertainment while driving really fast, and once I got to an undesirable part of the road I'd turn back and do the same thing over and over while listening to the radio. LMAO. GTA V has a station on Spotify. Great 90s hip-hop mix. I remember I was like 13, I rented Hitman but all I did was kill everyone, so my brother was like, why didn't you just rent GTA if you wanted to kill everyone? So I rented GTA 4 and holy shit. I'd never played anything like it, I'll have a soft spot for it until I die. Such a great game. Where can I listen? I microchipped my children, now nobody will molest them but me. GTA 4 reference. Driving around listening to the radio has always been one of my favorite parts of GTA. Sometimes I think about playing Vice City again just for the radio. Ah yes. Integrity and Laszlo being rant by anyone. LOL, it's awesome the fact that he has been a living joke since 1984, sorry if there are some grammar mistakes, I actually speak Spanish. Till I don't know anything about GTA, but this post has taught me a lot. GTA V was extremely excellent, but something about 4 made me want to look around more. These radio stations were so fantastic. I love the talk radio stations in GTA, so crazy. I'm really sad Laszlo might not be working on GTA 6. I think in 3, Vice, or San Andreas, you could actually call up some of the phone numbers mentioned in the game and hear a funny recording. Rockstar Games is one of the best entertainment businesses in the world, period. The level of detail they put in their work is incredible. Petsovernight.com. And to think all this time I thought Rockstar hired voice actors to try and be over the top with the interviews, face with tears of joy. Gotta love Chatterbox.